So I'm encouraged by the fact that the government has been talking about pushing very, very hard on minimum wage and progressive wage, right? So to allow the wage in the country to go up to a much more acceptable level. But with this, I think a number of key things need to occur. Not just that wages must go up, but productivity in the country must also go up to facilitate the payment in that form. So EPF is quite a strong supporter of that. But the second, as I mentioned earlier in my presentation, is things that we can control within EPF. And things that we can control within EPF is actually the evolution of our scheme to facilitate the expansion of the scheme to cover the informal sector. And bringing them on board is actually very fundamental so that we get better social protection umbrella within Malaysia. And I'm grateful for the fact that the government is actually providing incentives to encourage those people in the informal sector to also do their fair share. Because ultimately, as I mentioned at the end, I think the key about retirement is the challenge belongs to us. We have to take ownership of this challenge and also contribute to it, which is part of the issue that EPF actually does by stepping up the availability of our people to facilitate that, the improvements of our technology to facilitate people to do that, the creation of products that makes it easier for you to do top-ups so that you can also facilitate building that on that basis.
This is an old record player. You should always start saving and so always start investing when you're young. But doing that is always a challenge. If you look at the disposable income, as we say, and Dato' Sri also mentioned just now, the issue is also on wages, how much one's earn, and what is the disposable income that they have for them to save for retirement. So, having said that, financial literacy is very important. Now, financial literacy, you're here off late, people are talking about financial literacy should start even in primary school, even when you're at school. You know, it's not just beyond financials, it's also be able to understand how you act, you behave, and how you treat finances. So saving is one, and also secondly, you know, how you manage your lifestyle from there. So definitely to your question, definitely the power of compounding is necessary. You got to save, you got to start doing something young. Now, that's not only on money, you also need to look at the other part of the ecosystem. You know, you also need to look at buying an insurance when you're young. Don't wait until when you're 30 to 40 to start to look at an insurance plan. It gets more and more expensive at that time. Now, why is that important? We talk about healthcare. So do you have enough post-retirement for healthcare? So all this has to start from a really early stage.